EA Sports.
It is loud, it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Carolina's offense ready for its first possession, and at the helm, their new QB brought in via trade this offseason. His 5th year now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Baker Mayfield.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Baker going to throw this right away. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. But the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force a quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Following the sack, Mayfield and the Panthers staring at a 3rd and long here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Now it's Lockett. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center, guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 32 on the play.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Seahawks hit 9-3 here on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Walker now on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Footing always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of the receiver, Shenault.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Mayfield. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now pass complete to Moore. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of 1st halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Here's the first kick. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes left side. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14 coming up tonight. We got a good one in the AFC West. Get the parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern. Finds his man on the out route. It's Chenault. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. To throw, Mayfield. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
That is caught by Cohen. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Mayfield now from the 50. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. And again, it's Mayfield. And that one complete once again to Higgins. Now a second down and 6. Mayfield now. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up second down. No, third down. On third down, Mayfield able to complete this to Shenault. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. First down, Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Higgins. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him?
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Now the timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that drops the deficit from 28 to 25.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Xavier Woods with a pick.
And the Panthers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17.
It's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Dwayne Eskridge,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. The bottom line is it officially becomes impossible, but this possession is an empty one.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about anything.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield under pressure, and they got to him again. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
Following the sack, Mayfield and the Panthers staring at a 3rd and long here.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Moore. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Returnable for Lockett. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
And oh, he coughed it up. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the...
And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
On 2nd and 11 now. Smith. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Smith.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Throwing, Mayfield. Again, he finds more. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he completes it to Cohen.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Tariq Cohen.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Gonzalez good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
From the 6.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
And out now come the Seahawks. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He's got the connection to Moore.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. Mayfield looks to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. This is fielded at the 27. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Smith going to throw it. Steps away to his left. He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. From the gun, here's Smith. And that's going to be caught, Dwayne Eskridge. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. From the red zone now, Smith. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A shotgun snap for Smith. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Smith. And it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
But as this defense walks off the field, they can